want to know the 5 terrifying ways that narcissists manufacture chaos to bait you and provoke you. Check it out. I'm going to go all into it in this video. Hey, I'm Rebecca Zung. I'm a narcissist negotiation expert. I've helped millions of people through this channel and through my law practice as well. And I'm especially devoted to this because I've also had to deal with narcissists in my personal life as well. And this particular topic is really, really fascinating to me because I've seen how narcissists use this to actually create trial exhibits, and also in negotiation as well. It's particularly fascinating because they're masters at this, so masters at this. So you really want to pay attention to how they do this. You know, they use your emotions, they use all sorts of things. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that now. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, because you're definitely going to want to make sure that you get all the content that you can from this channel, because I seriously devoted all of my energies into making sure that you guys can break free and shift the dynamic with toxic personalities, toxic people, especially when you're negotiating with them, when you are dealing with them, even if it's in conversation, you're just managing them, whether it's in a business setting, a relationship setting, a family setting, regardless of what it is, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you get this information firsthand. Okay, so there are some terrifying ways that they manufacture chaos to bait you and provoke you on purpose. And I've talked about this a lot. And what they do is they're trying to get you to be super emotional and look crazy while they sit over there looking calm, cool, and collected, like, here I am. They get supply out of that, of course, but they also want you to be provoked and emotional so that you look like the crazy one. And by the way, they get like this sick sort of validation out of it by getting you into this circular conversation. And, these things go into like the middle of the night half the time. And when you try to call them out on their behavior, then they start gaslighting you and they start playing the victim. Then this narcissistic rage comes flying out. So, so number one, by the way, is this baiting. Okay. So number one is baiting. They instigate these arguments and they act like they're the ones who've been attacked. Then after they've baited you, and then they act like you've attacked them in some way. It's like this whole crazy making thing. And it's really a way to fuel their narcissistic supply, number one. And number two, a way to make you look like you're crazy. And then they use it against you. And you just end up exhausted and you end up feeling like guilty half the time. And then half the time you end up being the one who's apologizing and you can't figure out what the heck has gone on. You're just trying to self-soothe and regroup and go back to them. And then it's like the whole cycle of abuse goes back again, so that's number one, is this baiting. The number two way that they manufacture chaos is they ruin special occasions or holidays. And they constantly do this sort of baiting and manufacture chaos during the holidays. And it's kind of terrifying because they know that during the holidays that everybody's going to be paying attention to other people other than them. And they really can't stand that. So around the holidays, you'll see, whether it's somebody's birthday or a holiday such as Christmas or, Easter, but especially, really important holidays, you'll see that they can't stand it because, they're emotional predators. So they'll just start in on something. They'll just start picking a fight and they can't take it, guilt trips maybe, or something will just happen. And all of a sudden, the focus ends up on them. So they ruin these celebrations and actively start provoking you behind closed doors. And there you are in the car on the way to Thanksgiving, tears streaming down your face, and you're showing up at mom's house with the turkey, trying to put yourself together. I do have a whole video on this, by the way, on why narcissists ruin holidays. You definitely want to check that out as well. But that's number 2. Number 3 way that they do this is through flying monkeys and triangulation. They want to try to make you compete against each other sometimes. They pit people against each other. They, try to get armies of people against you. They want you to feel isolated. They want you to feel alone. It's a form of bullying. It's all because they are super insecure people. They live in this scarcity mentality, and they want you to feel like you are the crazy one and that everyone is believing their lies and their agendas and all that sort of thing. So, I always say no more monkeys, like no more monkeys jumping on the bed, but I always think no more monkeys. So if you agree with me, put no more monkeys in the comments. No more monkeys. That is number 3. Number 4 way that they manufacture chaos to bait you and provoke you is micro manipulations, just these little ways that they just, kind of like, I always think it's like the water dripping on your head or death by 1,000 cuts, these little things that they do to micro manipulate you that are so small that, when you go to tell other people about it, people go, really? Maybe that was inadvertent, or that doesn't seem so bad. But, they do it so often that, it's really just enough to make you absolutely insane. They forget to get your stuff at the store, or they do things, like you ask them to do things and they, always forget, or these passive aggressive moves, or say things against you like, oh, you lost some weight. I mean, you still have a ways to go, but, or, make you constantly do things that you don't want to do, these micro manipulations. So that's number 4 terrifying ways that narcissists manufacture chaos to bait you and manipulate you. And the number 5 terrifying way that narcissists manufacture chaos to bait you is the love bomb, devalue, ghosting cycle. So, they start off with this love bomb and then go into devalue, often ghosting you, and then back to love bombing again, and then devalue, they ghost you, back to love bombing. It's not like this even thing like it would be with a normal person, right? Where it's just nice, even, normal relationship. It's come on, super strong, they're so perfect. All of a sudden, it's massive amounts of everything wonderful. And then, all of a sudden it's crazy making, and then back to love bombing again, and everything's going to be wonderful. And then back to ghosting, all that craziness. I mean, that actually makes you crave wanting more of that dopamine hit. And you actually get addicted to wanting more of that. It's actually scientifically proven. There's a whole study on that by Robert Sapolsky, and you actually become physiologically addicted to wanting them. And that actually is more toxic than any other kind of relationship. And that is so terrifying, honestly. So those are 5 terrifying ways that narcissists can manufacture chaos to bait you and provoke you. So sick, so gross. You know, if you are dealing with a narcissist in any kind of setting, you're definitely going to want to make sure that you subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell. And if you like this video, give it a like, give it a share so that other people get this information. And grab my free Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet at winmynegotiation.com. Join my free private Facebook group for support, narcissist negotiators. And remember that today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. Don't do this alone. You don't have to. Don't give in. Don't give up. They only win when you give in. Remember that you can do this with our help, with my help. You can do this. All right. I will definitely see you guys in the next video.